4 Democrats and 1 Republican are running for 2 seats on the Story County Board of Supervisors. The candidates answered 7 questions the Tribune will publish weekly leading up to the primary election on June 8th. This is the 3rd question. It asks, do you favor the existing 3-person full-time board, or should the board expand but serve part-time?
There's 3 prescribed mechanisms that the state code sets forth for counties. So I guess the easiest ones to talk about. You can have a 3-supervisor at-large system, which is what we currently have in Story County. It means that the county supervisors are elected from a district that's bigger than a state senate district or bigger than a state representative district. It means that by the nature of a place like Story County, where the population base here in Ames, there's enough people to really control things that you end up, as we currently are, with 3 Ames people on the Board of Supervisors. In fact, the last supervisor to be elected for the first time from outside of Ames was Fred Mathieson back in the 70s, simply because the population center shifted so much. For that reason, I absolutely do not favor the 3 at-large supervisor system. I favor a 5-by-district system, which in essence you have the county divided up into 5 equal, by population, equal districts, and you'd have 1 supervisor come out of each of those districts, be voted for in those districts. I still believe that supervisors represent the whole county, much like somebody at the State House represents all of Iowa, but they really represent their constituency from their part of Iowa, no different than I see the supervisors. Now that said, it's not as simple as just a decision by any one group or one person. It would actually take 2 votes of the public, and it's about a 2-year process from beginning to end to change the way we do things in Story County, but it's something that I'm in favor of at least exploring fully, and right now completely in favor of doing it.
Well, I'm happy to do whatever the voters want to do. I mean, we have a 3-person board now. We could go to a 5-person board if citizens voted for that, and I'd be happy to do either one of those. I think what's more important to me is not whether we have 3 or 5, but what kind of people we have on the Board of Supervisors. It's really important to me, and I've served in a lot of political capacities and a lot of governmental organizations. The key thing for me is that we have people who are honest and we have people who are smart. We need some bright people to run this county and to get us on track. And so I think, to me, it's more important who's on the board than how many we have there.
I think you can make good arguments either way. The current system as it is with 3 full-time board members, I think, works pretty well. If the citizens in Story County decide that we need to go to a part-time board, whether it's 5 or 7 elected members to serve part-time on the board, I'm fine with that. It's up to the citizens of the Story County to see how that their needs are best met by the Board of Supervisors. I don't believe there'll be a huge cost saving to the county by going to a part-time board, and it is, what I understand, kind of a lengthy process to get the change made. Yes, I've heard people say, why don't we go back to, a part-time board member. In all honesty, I think that might be kind of difficult to do for a person to serve in a part-time status, whether it be 2 or 2.5 or 3 days a week, whether you alternate 2 days one week and 3 days the next week. With the amount of boards that the local boards that the board supervisors members serve on, I believe it would be difficult for them to be able to meet all their commitments that they currently have right now in a part-time status. But like I said earlier, if that's what the citizens in this county want, then that's what they should move forward with.
Expanding to the part-time board is one of my major concerns. I'm not sure how to go about it yet. Now, it's designated by the state and the government that it has to be from within. The board members have to bring that to the voters' attention in an election. And there's several different ways you can do it, 3, 5. It has to be equal representation. So that you have to take Story County, which makes it tough for Story County because 75% of the people live inside the Ames city limits. So even if you had 3 part-time, 3/4 of that person's territory is still in Ames. So it'd be like south third of Ames and everything southern Story County, north side of Ames and northern Story County, and then of course middle of Ames and eastern Story County. It is a part-time position. There's no way that 3 full-time people should have to make decisions. Of a $40 million budget, so much of that's already mandated. The biggest share is listening to people and hearing what they have to say and what their concerns are, and making decisions on those with the limited budgets that you have and the funds you have available.
If this decision is made, it's not going to be my opinion. It's going to go to a referendum to all the voters in Story County. I think this is an excellent time to be talking about this. This is absolutely the right time to have this discussion. Because of the census, we're going to be going through redistricting next year anyway, and the county will have to drop a redistricting plan regardless. Right now we have what's called, I think it's Plan 1, which is all 3 at large. So I think it's really, if people feel underrepresented by that system, then they will go and vote for a different system. I also think that, I mean, just my personal opinion is if we go from 3 to 5 supervisors, and that's what the people want, then that's a good thing, but I think it will cost us some more money. Even if you're only paying those supervisors, if you're compensating them part-time, because it's more people. There might be associated, there will be, I think, with the county's flexible benefits. I think they will qualify for full benefits